A fifth-round pick just led the entire NFL in jersey sales. Let that land for a second.
Let's go run a check like it's Nike. Take me on a trip through your psyche. They talking about you, I see what the hype be. She not sure if I'm the one, but I might be. Yeah, let's go run a check.
This is the first time in history that a fifth-round pick has led jersey sales.
Yeah.
Nobody is watching third, fourth round as much as we was watching. But you got to understand, freedom of speech is not free. And I think what Shedeur was doing, what Shedeur was saying, what his father was saying, and the way the father has kind of engulfed his children as you're going into a league where it's like, yo, I'm going to win. Like, it's everything is resume based. We won everywhere. Yeah, y'all changed the culture because of who y'all were.
Nike is preparing what insiders describe as a record-breaking extension that could make Sanders the highest-paid rookie endorser in league history. The spark, jersey sales. Within weeks of his preseason debut, Sanders sold a staggering 250.
Not a top 10 pick, not a first-rounder. Pick number 144. And he just broke a 48-hour sales record that nobody in NFL history has ever touched at his draft position. But here's the thing. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't random hype. This was years of something building quietly in the background, and right now, it's all exploding at once. What just happened with Shedeur Sanders goes way deeper than a jersey. Stick with me, because what's really going on here is bigger than most people realize. Put it in. Voila.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I might go medium there.
Collins.
Oh! No flag guard in there.
That's six.
Just high stepping.
And Sanders to Collins for 6.
In case you didn't know, Shedeur Sanders just beat Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in this one category, despite not even playing a single snap yet. Well, Shedeur Sanders, the third-string quarterback at the Cleveland Browns, just landed at the 5th spot on the NFLPA's list of the most jerseys sold from March to July, ahead of some of the biggest names in football. He's sitting right behind Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, and Josh Allen. No starts, no highlights. But a brand that's bigger than the game right now, top 5 in jersey sales without taking a snap. If this is what he can do from the bench, just imagine the storm when Shedeur finally steps onto the NFL field.
Jersey sales had gone down. We gonna put a legendary savings. Y'all still don't believe me. We gonna put a legendary savings discount code on the website. 60% off. We gonna call it legendary, and then we ain't gonna have no Shedeur jerseys up there. None. We ain't gonna have no Shedeur jerseys up there, and we gonna have a 60% off. I don't care what y'all say. They all sold out. Y'all gonna believe that lie if you want to. Let me tell you something. If y'all been here for me, rocking with me for months. Y'all sit here and told me Shedeur Sanders sold $250 million worth of jerseys. $250 million worth of jerseys. That's what y'all told me during the summer now. Now, Christmas time come at the end of the season, all of a sudden, let me go back one more. Let me go back a little bit. Y'all told me $250 million. Not one time. Not a one. Did you go on that website to buy that jersey and it was sold out? $250 million worth of jerseys, and not one time did you go on that website and that Shedeur jersey was sold out. Not one. But all of a sudden, They do a legendary sale with 60% off. Now Shedeur's jersey sold out.
It starts with a number, not a stat, not a ranking, just a number on the back of a jersey. The number 2. That number has been following Shedeur Sanders since he was a kid growing up in Texas. Before the big stages, before the college spotlight, before any of this, it was already his. He wore it, built around it, and slowly turned it into something that meant more than just a position on the field. It became his identity. But this is where the story gets complicated, because the number wasn't waiting for him when he arrived in the NFL. When the Cleveland Browns selected Shedeur in the 5th round of the 2025 draft, pick 144, the room went quiet in a different kind of way. This wasn't just shock at the draft position. People close to him knew what was coming. That number 2 jersey, the one he had been building a brand around for years, was already taken. Wide receiver DeAndre Carter owned it in Cleveland. Most guys would have made noise, would have pushed for it, would have let the frustration leak into the headlines. Shedeur didn't say a word. He took number 12, a number that meant nothing to him, put it on, it got to work. No drama, no distractions. That's the foundation his father Deion Sanders built into him from the beginning. You don't complain, you don't make excuses, you perform. And what happened next, nobody saw coming. Wearing a number that wasn't his, on a team that was struggling, in a situation that was far from perfect, Shedeur started turning heads anyway. 7 starts as a rookie, over 1,400 passing yards, moments in the pocket where his awareness looked like a 5-year veteran, not a guy who just entered the league. The Browns were broken, the offensive line was shaky, the weapons around him were limited. He finished 3-4 as a starter on a team that went 5-12 overall. Yes, there were 10 interceptions. Critics were ready for that. They sharpened their takes the moment his draft position was announced. But here's what they couldn't spin. Despite everything working against him, Shedeur did something a Cleveland Browns quarterback hadn't done in nearly 20 years. He made the Pro Bowl. A rookie, a 5th-round pick on a losing team, and fans voted him anyway. The last time a Browns quarterback reached that level was Derek Anderson back in 2007. Nearly 2 decades of that drought. Gone. In the moment it happened, the entire narrative around Shedeur shifted in real time.
A good time at the rookie premiere event. Did you get a chance to catch up to Trav?
Yeah, it was fun seeing Travis there, of course. He's a changed man now. He got bankroll, baby. It was cool being able to see him. Being on the stage, being able to take a picture, because it started in Jackson State. And just an idea, just a thought. It was just cool to see me and Travis, actually have NFL jerseys.
They say you was trying to steal your jersey, though. I seen the video.
Oh, when I was trying to steal my jersey?
Yeah.
I took the jersey. I didn't think it was a problem, and they yelled over the intercom, everybody return your jerseys. I said, well, let me return this jersey, bruh.
Jersey sales started climbing. Even in number 12, still not his real number, he was already one of the top-selling players from his entire draft class. Nike noticed, the league noticed, merch analysts noticed. Something about his presence, his pull, his story was moving faster than his record on the field. Draft position didn't matter. Win totals didn't matter. He was breaking through anyway. Then came March 30th, 2026, and everything flipped overnight. DeAndre Carter was gone, and just like that, number 2 was sitting there, open, waiting. The Browns moved fast. They made it official. Shedeur Sanders would wear number 2 for the 2026 season. That's all fans needed to hear. But Shedeur didn't hold a press conference. He didn't give a speech. He didn't post a long caption explaining what the moment meant to him. He went on X and dropped one thing, just the number 2. That single post hit harder than anything else could have. The internet did not slow down. It exploded. Fans who had been holding back for months suddenly showed up, all at once. People who refused to buy number 12 were finally ready to spend. Others who already owned jerseys started asking how to switch. Websites saw traffic spike to levels they weren't prepared for. Retailers started scrambling because demand didn't build gradually. It jumped straight into overload within hours. And here's where the business story gets serious. Shedeur was already leading rookie jersey sales before any of this happened. Now it went to a completely different level. Numbers climbing so fast that systems were struggling to keep pace. Analysts stopped talking about football and started talking about money. This became a business story overnight. Every official NFL jersey runs through Nike. That means every order, every fan, every dollar going toward that number 2 Browns jersey flows directly through them. And right now, Nike is not handling normal demand. They are managing a surge that does not slow down and does not give them time to breathe. Fans are not being patient. They want that jersey immediately. Not next week, not next season, right now. And this is where the pressure turns into something dangerous for Nike. Production lines have to move faster than usual, materials pushed through quickly, jerseys made, checked, packed, and shipped without a single delay. Every hour that passes without enough stock in the market adds more pressure. The gap between what people want and what's available keeps growing, and that gap is costly, because if fans don't get what they want fast enough, the excitement turns into frustration, and frustration spreads fast online. Nike has been through big moments before. Title runs, superstar hype, record nights that send fans rushing. They know how to react when demand spikes. But this situation is different. This isn't just about what Shedeur did on the field. This is bigger than stats. This is about identity. When that number 2 goes on a Cleveland Browns jersey with his name across the back, it's not clothing anymore. It becomes part of a moment people feel personally connected to. Fans aren't just buying a jersey, they're buying into a story, a journey, something they believe in. And the market can feel that. That's why the demand is heavier than usual. That's why the pressure is rising faster than anyone expected. Because Shedeur has never moved randomly. Every single step has been intentional. From those early days in Texas, he shaped his image around that number, turned it into a brand, built his own line around it, made sure people connected him with it every single time they saw him. His 2 is not just a number, it's his identity, his message, his stamp on everything he's worked for. He didn't just take endorsement deals like most players. He built something around himself step by step. He is not just wearing brands, he is creating one. And right now, insiders describe Nike as preparing a deal that could make Sanders the highest paid rookie endorser in league history. That's the level this is operating at. That number 2 Browns jersey is the most visible piece of everything he has been building. It represents years of work, years of planning, and now it's all coming together at once, in public, in real time, under pressure. That's why this feels different. That's why it feels heavier. This is not random hype. This is something that has been building for a long time, and now it's arrived all at once. So here's where it stands right now. If Nike moves fast, really fast, and gets those jerseys into the market while this energy is at its peak, the numbers are going to somewhere historic. Sales will fly. This moment will turn into pure dominance. But if they slow down even slightly, they risk losing it all. Fans are not forgiving when momentum is this high. Timing is everything in this business, and mistiming a moment like this doesn't just hurt the quarter, it kills the wave entirely. Right now, everything is lined up perfectly. Shedeur has his number back. The Browns are behind him. Fans are locked in. The market is wide open and hungry. There are no excuses left on any side. In the first time in NFL history, a 5th-round pick is leading jersey sales. Not because of where he was drafted, not because of his win-loss record, because of who he is, because of what he built, because of a number that was always his, and a moment that nobody could have scripted. The number 2 is back. Hit that subscribe button right now, because the Shedeur Sanders story is just getting started, and you don't want to miss what's coming next.